Hello, welcome to the Sits and Smut podcast. I am Jordan,
I'm Maddie.
and we are going to talk about the Carnival series by Selena Winters. I actually have the whole series, like the hard copies, and it's, I would say, it's definitely her first beginner type series, and it's her early stages of writing. So if you do decide to hop into this, take that in mind. This is like the very first, like, I believe it was Carnival Nightmare. Yeah. Carnival
Yeah.
Nightmare is her very, very, very first book that she published. And it is apparent there is definitely some things that could be handled a little bit better. But for the most part, I think it was a really good story as an introductory story to get you into the world that is this carnival and the men that are involved in it and
Yeah.
what exactly they do behind the scenes that most people don't think about.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Um, and the author is Selena Winters. I don't know if I said that,
Yeah.
but I'm just making
No.
sure I say that.
Yeah.
Okay, Selena Winters. And uh the main characters is Cade. He's the male lead, and then the female character is Lily.
Yeah.
Your thoughts first.
Okay. So you brought this book to me. I had not heard of it before. And I went in and I've actually been really excited to talk to you about this because you've read the whole series. I haven't. So you told me because I did have kind of a hard time with the first book finishing it. And you were like, just trust me, it gets a lot better. Now, the writing is really good. The writing was not my problem at all. It
Mhm.
was just the two characters that I couldn't I couldn't understand, I guess. So Cade, I mean, you think he's your typical dark romance
Mhm.
lead. I just felt like because it was a novella, it was shorter. I would have preferred it to be longer, I think, because I think that you could have had more character development there. And for me and Cade, I just felt like there wasn't a whole lot of redeeming qualities, that he came in hard and he just stayed hard the whole time with really no explanation as to why he's that way.
Mhm.
Um, and Lily, I just didn't like Lily because I told you this, I found her to be a wet blanket. She was like, I'm scared. I'm not scared. Her friend is like, you should be scared. And she's like, you're right. I'm scared again. And then, Cade would come by and be like, oh, you don't have to be scared of me. And she's like, okay, I won't be scared of you then. Um, so it's just for
I
me,
mean,
I was like,
well, also to be fair, Cade
girl,
is also super hot. So like this just
well,
go that's probably part of another
that's always a
reason why
given.
she was just like, okay, sure, you know.
Yeah.
Um Um, and that's why I said in the beginning that this
Yeah.
is her like probably one of her very first books. I know she has some other standalones, and I haven't read all those yet, but I think those came later,
Yeah.
and they're not. I read a couple of them, and they're more in depth on like the backstory and each person and the quality of the
Yeah.
characters than they are this first one. But it's also introductory in that sense of like they are introducing other characters in the story that come later. Like,
Yeah, I
well,
I agree with that. And going off of that, and I told you this, I've only read the first two. I like Lars so much better. I almost wish his book was first because I felt like you got way more of the backstory of the carnival
hmm
there. And that was the piece that I really found lacking in the first book because I was like, I don't really understand why he's here. There's no big plot.
hmm
He's just insane. And
well,
then
yeah.
yeah, with the second book, because you get to understand what's going on behind the scenes to a degree, um, I liked that more.
And they also, in comparison, and the second book's called Carnival Obsession. So,
Yes.
and that's Lars and Alice's story, which that's Lily's best friend. So
Yeah.
so let's go back up a little bit. So the carnival, they travel all over the place, as most carnivals do. We all know that. We've been to a carnival or festival at some point in our lives, so we know what that looks like and what it feels like. And so they travel. They're going to this place called Willow Creek, is the town,
Yes.
and this is where Lily and Alice live, and they go to the carnival, or they were going to the carnival. Cade is just doing his own thing and just exploring the
Cade
town.
doesn't care what anybody
Yeah.
he just does Cade.
Yeah, he's very much like, I did my job. I'm gonna go chill and do my own thing. And that's when he sees Lily, because
Yeah.
Lily works at a diner, and he sees her working and just is immediately enthralled. She is pretty much the standard, I would say, female lead, like the description that you would look for.
Like a
Beautiful,
cliche one.
yeah, beautiful, blonde, curvy, innocent as all get out. She's never been
Yeah.
with a man. Like all of it, it ticks all of the cliche boxes, the
Yes.
tropes and everything. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle to continue that, but I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot because I know if there's so many more books, and I've actually seen
Yeah.
there was a lot of reviews for this, like on Goodreads, that were it was
Yes.
that's over 4.0, so it's a good series. So I got that, so I kept reading it, and I was like, okay, it is pretty spicy, like it is a really
It's
spicy
yeah, it's very
for first introductory book. Selena was getting out some frustrations. This girl was
she
going
was,
for it.
and I have to say some of the kinks explored in that book, just read the trigger warnings because this is one of those books that people there are people that are not going to be able to read it for some of the kinks that they're into.
Yeah, that's true. And it's not just that, just if you've ever said no to a man and they got real pushy
Yeah.
or it didn't stop
That's
for like,
dubious consent
yeah,
for
like,
sure.
yeah, there was a couple of scenes where I was like, that is a bit much. I didn't like,
Yeah.
I'll put spoilers at the beginning, but basically, because it's a short story, like
Yeah.
you're gonna fly through this really quickly.
It ramps up quickly. So,
Yeah, the part where he like left his semen on the doorknob.
yeah.
I was like,
I could have done without that. That's a little gross,
yeah,
actually.
yeah. I was like, that's just nasty. Like, you couldn't put it anywhere else. Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't. You could have done a bunch of different things. Not the doorknob. Why the doorknob? Like, I didn't understand that
Right.
part.
I didn't, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
If anything, it's just gross.
But yeah.
It doesn't provide fear so much as that like you're opening a door and your hands
And
just
you're like, ew, what did I just
ugh. Like
touch?
that part was extremely weird
Like
for me.
finding a
And
door with
then
your kid's booger on it. You're just
yeah,
like, ugh.
and as a woman who's told men no before and had bad reactions because they can't take rejection, uh having
Yeah.
him like constantly do that was a little like ick at first, and then as it progressed, because it is a short story, it's very fast paced, it's a very fast paced
Yeah.
story, so there wasn't a lot of character growth for him to like, hey, I'm sorry and all that so much until a little later. um
Yeah.
and it still continued and explored in the other books. I will say that, like, they make appearances throughout the other stories
Yeah.
because
It everybody's in everybody's books,
yeah,
which
so
makes
it
sense.
yeah, and it's good and it's a healthy relationship. I will say that it's not bad. It just starts out kind of
Yeah. Starts
ye-
out maybe not the world's best way.
no, like he doesn't know how to court a lady properly. We'll just say it that
No,
way.
I don't know
And
that he's ever talked to one.
he probably
He's just
hasn't.
like he's like Doug, but like a really dark version of Doug. I
Ugh.
just met you and I love you.
Well, that and then like he's a
The
traveling carnival worker.
yeah,
He's never had a like a long-term
no
relationship.
lady love. The
No,
thing that
and
really got me was the bullet because I was like, in what part of your brain do you think it's normal and it's a good idea
uh,
to break into someone's home that you like and leave a silver bullet? Like,
because in his mind, because that's what I think, that's also kind of what I like overall with some of these characters, is because they are very broken. They don't understand
yeah,
and
they
they
don't.
don't know how to show that they care, because
Yes,
this is all they know. A lot of the characters in this whole series have gone through some things, and
yes.
yeah, so it explains more
I just
later.
wish we went. That's what I wanted from Cade. I
Hmm.
would have, I think, been more okay with some of the stuff, or it would have been like less ick in different places had I known more about what he went through to get to this point. That was
Hmm.
such a short piece,
Hmm.
and it wasn't even satisfying. It was just like I
Kind of
ran away from
random.
home.
Yeah, they didn't go in the backstory there. which I expected.
He's crazy enough. He needed a backstory to make him make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And now that was just, it's not that I didn't like I said, the writing's good.
Mm-hmm.
I just, for me, you come into this book with Cade, and I was like, he's just terrifying for the sake of being terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm like, I want more.
Yeah. I wanted more character on him. We figured out Lily. Lily was kind of the easiest one out of the two to figure out.
I think she's been
Um,
the easiest one in the book so far because
yeah.
she's so cliche.
Yeah.
And it's I don't mean that in a bad way at
Mm-mm.
all. I think it's really important when you're writing your first book to go a little bit more cliche, go with what you know and really focus on building the world, building the characters
Mm-hmm.
within those presets that you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when that's when you get into your writing. Tackle the really complicated characters a little bit farther down the road.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she took like the feedback that she was reading from like all
Yeah.
of the reviews and everything, and before this next book came out, got better because it is a lot
Yeah.
better. So
It's
moving
significantly better. So if
moving
you
into
read
it.
it, get through it's almost like the Office. Like everybody says, the first season, just watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it's the first season and it is what it is, but I promise you if you can get through that, you're going to love it.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like that for me.
Mm-hmm. That's very
Like
much what
that
it
first,
was.
yeah. If you can
But
just get through the first book, I promise you, give it two books.
But I do want to say we do like the book. We do.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
love the book because I knew that there was more coming. Because I had bought the whole series and I had
yeah,
read like the first three on my Kindle before I bought it because I don't buy unless I know I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this series, and I knew I was
yeah.
gonna like it. So I bought the whole set. Uh, and it is a good and it
It is
works.
good. Yes.
And there's more to it as you continue. So this is a good series. It is a good book. There is an exorbitant amount of spice in this very short
There
book.
is honestly, if those nights where you're just like, I don't have time for flowers and like slow burns. I need spice and I need spice now. This is the series.
Hmm. And if you have certain kinks, this also is that series.
It
Um,
is. That's one of the things I like about it because she handles very niche kinks and
mm,
very hard to write kinks. Um, there's some, and it's consensual, but role playing
mm-hmm,
with non-consensual
mm-hmm,
tones to it. Um, and to write that is extremely difficult. I think she does a very good job of in the characters' brains, them talking about it, being like, I am enjoying this because I know that this isn't real.
mm-hmm. This
And
is
she does a good job with that.
and they talk about safe words. Like it's very
They do.
they
It's
talk about that a
very,
lot.
yeah, it is consensual.
Yeah.
It's
Both
very, very dark. Yeah.
in both books,
Yes.
not just in one book, like all of the books have that to a
Have that.
degree,
Yeah.
and there is consent and there is a safe word talked about in most of the books, but
I
for
think
it
it's
to
very
be
important for
already
this.
but for it already to be like brought in to because it goes pretty
Yes.
at the end, it goes really hard on some of the kinks,
Very, very hard.
but they do talk about consent and they talk about a
Yes.
safe word. So everyone, they are both like in the know of like, okay, if she says this, we're done.
We're stunned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done. And so it is good. It does go hard. And I think that she did a great job with that, having
Yeah,
that
I
talked
agree with
about
that.
multiple times before they actually do anything. Because there's a couple of scenes where it is, I would have wished a bit more backstory just because they do bring in some of the other carnival workers to watch. There is some
That was kind of
voyeurism.
hot.
It was very hot. It's
Yeah, that was very
one of my
hot.
favorite things. I like voyeurism, so that's a big thing for me. And so for that, I was like, okay. And then some of the other toys that took place was
Oh,
very
yes.
unique. And a couple of
Very
times I had to
innovative.
reread.
This man's an engineer.
Yeah, I had to reread a couple of bits. I was like, wait, a saw? And you're like, wait, what? And I was
I
like,
know,
where are we
but then
going?
you're like, oh.
Oh,
And you're
oh,
like, oh,
I never thought of it that
that's
way.
actually that's actually a really good idea. Because
Mm.
it was a reciprocating.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
I was
But
like,
wait,
oh.
before we, but I don't want to move on and then freak out people. We said that, and then he manages to make it into a toy because he does use different.
Yes,
It's
there's no one is harmed at all.
I think
She
I
has a very opposite time. She's a very good time.
the wait. I think it's in the dedication. Let me read this to you. So this is the dedication for Carnival Nightmare. This is the very first book. So it
You have to
gives
read the one for Obsession too, because I really loved it.
yeah. To all the girls craving a mass psychopath stalker who knows how to make you scream with his power tools, this one's
Yeah.
for you.
Yes.
There is no lie in this declaration right
Oh,
here. Like
boys, they're not.
it power tools. Yep.
Any woman with like a contractor husband is gonna get a lot of ideas
Well,
from
any
this
woman that ever had
book.
a contractor fantasy, which I feel like is the majority of the women populace, like it's a
Right.
known fantasy. Uh,
Any man that can build
this
you a
this
home.
yeah,
My
this
husband
is
can't
this.
fold the towels correctly. So,
So like this is the book for you
mhm.
because holy moly,
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
was
ex
like,
I didn't expect. That's why I was
I
like
didn't
I
expect it, but I
that's why
wasn't mad
no
about it.
I was all for it and that's why I was like I know the first bit is a bit much, but keep going. I need to talk to somebody about this that's read this part of the story.
Yes. Very, very, very much so.
And then since we're already reading declarations, then I'll read the one for Carnival Obsession.
This one I loved.
The I will say the declarations for each book I
Spot on.
love. They're it's
Yeah.
amazing and I love them. But this is one of the there's
This one was pretty great.
yeah. Okay. The dedication. This book is dedicated to all the girls who dream of a hot, tattooed carny biker bending you over his motorcycle and calling you a good girl as he thrusts his pierced cock deep inside you. I
Yes,
mean,
please.
yes,
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 please.
yes.
Right.
All ticks all the boxes. Yeah.
Right.
So
For real.
this is Carnival Obsession. This
I've
is the second
I've
book.
never, honest to God, I didn't even know that piercings for men down there was a thing until I started reading dark romance. And I'm like, I feel like this is something that as a society we should be talking about.
Well, it's just because I think it really takes a certain kind of guy because it is
It
a
does.
very sensitive part of their
I
body.
can't imagine.
Because women get their clitoris pierced
I
too.
know. I could not do that either. I
No,
mean, I have a hard time when I get blood drawn, so I'm not that type of person. In my brain, I'd like to be. Um,
I can get
in
tattoos all
practice and in
day,
reality,
but I
yeah,
don't know
I get
about a piercing.
tattoos. I can't do blood. I can't do blood. I can't do like really serious pain. I was a
I
chicken when I gave birth. I was like, I want the drugs as soon as legally possible, please.
I I don't mind. I can handle pain. I've kind of had to with some stuff that happened medically a while back,
Yeah.
um but no, I can handle the pain and I can get tattoos and I don't mind blood. I was a medical responder for a few years, so I'm fine with blood. So that part doesn't
Yeah.
bother me. It's more than anything, I think it's the constant upkeep of hygiene to have that down there. I think would be
Yeah.
a concern for me just because women are more susceptible, I feel like, to a lot of issues, whereas
Yes.
men, eh, it isn't. I mean, they can be, but I feel like it'd be
Yeah.
easier for them than it would be for a girl.
Just I think a lot of that goes with like just society standards the way they are.
Hmm.
But then again, we're women,
Hmm.
so that's the side that we sympathize with.
Hmm. But I don't. I wouldn't. This is gonna sound really lazy. There's really no way. I don't want to have to worry about the upkeep about. I'm already worried about everything else in my life. I don't need to worry about the upkeep of my hoo ha with a piercing.
Right?
I've already got my whole body I'm trying to keep up with. I don't need an
You're like,
extra
this
thing.
is already hard.
Yeah, at least this is a lot. And then I
I'm
have
already
other
really
human.
grateful that I've made it to my 30s, and I'm now starting to wonder if I'll be really sad if I don't make it to the 40s. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so it's
I
just
know we have to take vitamins and exercise and garbage.
exercise,
I want to go
water
into a book,
intake.
right?
Yeah,
I want to go into a dark carnival book like this, where it doesn't matter what we do, and we can live off fried food and
and
carnival
funnel
stalls
cake.
and funnel cake and ride rides forever and never gain a pound.
Oh man, it made me sad when I was reading about the funnel cake because the last time I had it, it made me sick. And
I
I was like,
know.
oh no.
It was the
Oh.
same with me because I grew up in the Midwest and we would go to the state fair and have these, they're called elephant ears. And it's like a giant thing of dough about the size of an elephant's ear.
Mm.
And they just layer it with cinnamon sugar.
Oh.
And it is like covered. And I remember going to the state fair every summer as a kid or any carnival. And that was exactly what I wanted. I was like, that is the only thing I want is a giant thing of fried dough that is covered in sugar. And now, as an adult, I go and I'm like, I could eat that. I would gain 10 pounds just simply from looking at it, not to mention the heartburn that's going to come later. Growing up is garbage. I just want to live in a book.
Mm.
That's what I
I
want in life.
I don't remember when was it? I think it was at the Texas State Fair, which if y'all don't know, Texas goes real hard on their state fairs.
Yeah.
Like they fry
Honest to God,
everything.
any Midwest state fair, if you haven't gone once in your life, you're really missing out. I
Well,
mean, your
I
arteries are probably not upset about it.
well, I think
Everything is fried and it has no right to be as good as it is.
that's true. I just think
Yeah,
that's when I think I had my last funnel cake, and I think by then my body was like, we can't do this no more.
we
And
can't do this.
and it was my early third. I think it was my early 30s. Yeah, early 30s.
Yeah,
So it was poor before COVID. I know that. So it's definitely early 30s.
such trash.
I was like, okay,
I don't
well,
need, I don't need to be degraded by my own body. I want to be degraded by a man
not by food.
in a carnival tent who feeds
Uh,
me funnel cake because
yes,
I've been a good girl.
exactly. Like, but no, no, not the case in real life. In case
Mm-mm.
our bodies are like, we can't do this. Stop it right
I
now.
know this is trash. Honestly, though, some of these scenes you read, and I am so here for it. And then you think about it later, and you're like, my back could never.
Ever.
I couldn't. I couldn't. Or like the other ones where you're like, I couldn't get that low. Like I don't know that I've bended like that since I was about 15 years old.
Well, the other part also is some of the stuff that they do, like with their mouths. I'm like, I don't know if my
Oh, yes.
jaw, I feel like my
I
jaw
don't.
would
Yeah,
crack.
I don't think that I could. Have you ever done that where you're reading it? You're like,
Uh, well, I've
you're
also,
just,
well,
I've
like
done that.
I've done that, and then I'm also like, wait, like how trying to
How the
visualize, like
logistically, I know
we're
the
just
logistics where you're
like,
like, wait a minute,
wait.
it says, and then you turn back the page and it's like, wait a minute, how is she laying down?
So it's laying down, and then they're here, and then this one's like, so wait, where's the third one? Like, like you're trying, wait, where's the other one? Where's like, how
You're like,
does
wait
this
a
work?
minute, I'm gonna need schematics for
I was
this
like, we
because
need pictures. Like, like I
like
need to see
you
this.
think I exactly you know what, romance books need to come with pictures. I 100% believe that because I think about this and I'm like, look, guys, I practically flunked physics in high school, so I'm gonna need a visual.
Well, it's not even just the visual part because granted there it's just trying to figure out like how does that work, but also for some people who read who do enjoy reading, but they actually can't visualize it like you and I can, which I
Oh, I
think,
can't. I'm one of those people. I
oh, I
can't.
thought you
I have no
could.
like mind's eye. So like when I think about stuff, my brain is blank, and I like describe it to myself in words.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes, because
that. I
I'm
thought you
weird.
could see it.
Um, so I'm one of those people, and that's why like very often, especially now, I love Chat GPT because I will literally copy the character description from the book on
Hmm.
Kindle, pop it into Chat GPT, and be like, "Show me what this person looks like based off this description."
That's actually really smart.
It's actually
Um,
really fun.
mm,
If you
I might
haven't
have
done
to
that,
do that.
ladies, do that because it's really fun. I think too, especially when I see myself kind of getting into um a routine. I mean, let's be honest. We all have like one of those actors that you're like, I'd cast them if I was in a movie doing this.
Brad
And
Pitt.
like
Mm,
Henry Cavill.
him too. Yep, Henry Cavill.
So like you get into a spot where you're like imagining the same type of person and you're like, this doesn't fit, especially with like the Carnival book. I was like, this doesn't fit. And so it was nice to be able to do that to chat GPT and be like, I don't want to put the effort in to like create this because that
Hmm.
takes a lot of brain effort that I don't want to put in. So I'm just gonna let the computer do it for me. It's really fun.
And then,
And it looked different than what I would expect in my own brain.
yeah, and then sometimes that's like also better because you're
Hmm.
like, ah, and
It
then so
is.
then you could see it the whole time you're reading the story, like, I got it,
Exactly. I
got
got
it.
it. And it makes me differentiate that character from other ones that I've read then. Because visually I have a face and it's like, okay, this isn't the same person that, was in this book and did XYZ.
I probably wouldn't use it just because I can see it in my head.
Yeah.
I could see it all, other than like the weird position sometimes, like we just talked about, where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, huh?
That's why I have such a hard time visualizing it because I'm like, wait,
Wait, how does that?
I literally have to think about it and be like, okay, if I was like laying down like this
Yeah.
and yeah,
No,
yeah.
I feel like if you can't imagine or not, I feel like that's everyone thing. Like, wait a minute, how is that working? Like, it's a
That's the
pos.
sign of a good
It's a
sex
good.
scene, I thought. Yeah, in
Yeah,
my
it is.
opinion.
It
If I
is.
have to sit there
Unless
and
it's
think
just
about it for a
really
minute,
weird, and you're like, huh?
you're
Uh,
like, does this person know what the human anatomy
like
is?
that. Like that doesn't. No,
You're like, no, that,
no. Yeah,
uh-uh.
no. But Selena Winter
Yeah,
does a really good job with the description on that aspect.
she very much does.
And even better, and I feel like in many ways with Lars and Alice's book. So real quick, a little bit backtrack. So Lars does get introduced briefly in Cade and Lily's book.
Yes.
Because Lars is there working on one of the rides,
Yeah.
and
They're
Alice,
both mechanics
yeah,
for
and
rides.
for the
Yeah.
rides and the carnival. And so like when Alice and Kate and Lily go there, Alice, that's how she interacts with Lars, as Alice and then meet that way. They don't go into depth,
Yeah.
obviously, because they have their own book, but that's initially how they meet, and then they talk about it more in their book. And it's really kind of more intense because he isn't so forthright with his like
Yes.
I like you.
And
It's an
yeah,
intensity and it's a good build up in my opinion. Like it's a much better
it's a
build
really
up.
good build up.
And so the other part is Alice compared to Lily is a bit more experienced
More
with
experienced, more mouthy,
well, I think
more
also
confident, I guess, in herself.
I think it's due to the experience because she's been with more
Yeah.
guys and because she's done more things than Lily ever has done.
Yeah.
It seems like that's the vibe I was
More
getting anyway.
well, yeah, a more well-rounded character,
Yeah.
a
More
little more
life.
meat on the bones.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she
She's
had a
not
bit
an
more of a
ingenue.
backbone. Yeah, she had more backbone and was pushy
Mm.
against Lars, which he loved, and that was kind of the great
He
back and
did love
forth.
it. And that yeah, that part was really good because that was something that we really didn't see very much with Cade and Lily. Like she would be like a little bit, but then she's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, like
And Alice, she did a very good job with those two.
mm-hmm,
The back and forth built, then just playing off each other. It was really,
mm-hmm.
really good with them.
And then the different scenes that you've thought about and imagined, and they don't necessarily bring it so much in many books, even in motorcycle like genre type books,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily have sex scenes on the motorcycle. Like it's either like they do some dangerous stunt and they go at
Yeah.
it, or they might be on a motorcycle making out and it leads to something else. Like, but they actually
They're
they
this is
actually like
innovative.
yeah, I was like, ah, wait, wow. And then like I'm
You're
like
like, that's talent,
I'm like
actually.
and then I'm like, oh my God, how was she able to concentrate to drive?
Right?
Like I would
I
be,
was
I
like, I don't
mean,
know, this is legal.
well, it was really it's hot because
Hmm.
you had it,
Very.
how can I don't want to ruin this for so many people, but at the same time it's like spoilers. I mean, if you haven't read this series, it's been out for a couple, I think 2023. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's made its round. It has a lot of good reads. I mean, this has been out a minute. I recommend it. And I know I've even seen it pop up in several book clubs. So I know people are aware of this series,
Yeah.
or at least the women populace are aware of the series.
I think
Um,
too she's getting more popular, so she's had more
mhm, more pops
her
ups.
name, yeah, her name is out
So
there.
I will say that the bit where like basically it's an anal scene and
Yes.
and she's riding the
Oh yeah.
motorcycle and he's inside of her but on the back ends and
Yep.
she's driving still. I was
I would crash.
I was like super impressed with Alice's
It
Drumling's
was
Nation.
for
I
real.
I
How, especially with how,
I mean, I could see
how
it in
are
my
you
head.
focusing?
I could see it working like he's with her, like hanging on to her, so it looks like he's just hugging onto her. But
Yeah,
also
but like
like,
her mentally, how are you able to deal with that
mhm.
and drive?
But I think that's also what makes it such a great scene because it's so
It's such a good
intense.
scene. It is. It's very
It's
intense.
intense.
And
It's sexy. It's also
it
like
is. I read that and I was like, we'd be dead if that was me. We'd be dead.
I don't know if I
I
would
would
die.
have
I would
just
be. I could do
be
it.
gone in a wall.
I think
I
I could do
couldn't.
it. I think I could do it. But we would not be able to drive very far. I would be like, we need to go somewhere. Like I would try to
I
make. I want to live. Damn it! I don't want to die. I like on a bike. But
live.
yeah. But yes, I would. And then they actually not just that part, but they actually have sex on
Um,
like back, like all of it
the whole thing.
on the bike. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, they weren't playing. Selena was
Oh
not
no,
playing.
that dedication was legit.
Yeah. Like they were not playing about that at all. And I was like,
Mm-mm. And I wasn't mad about a single moment.
no, it
Not
was
one.
really good. It was really
That
good.
was really good.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
So I will say if you continue the series, there are different ones. There's one that I really just don't like. I'm not going to ruin that for anybody, but that's just my personal opinion. Just because of how it went down, it ends up getting better, and it does explain the backstory of why he chose to do that. Then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it now, but I still don't
I
like
still
it.
don't like it. Yeah.
But it makes
Okay.
sense. But it makes more sense. Um, then there's other ones where I'm like, oh my God, I really like you. I would say,
Yeah.
I will just say the next one. I forget. I think it's Gage who's after that. That one was really good too.
I think that's what you said. I think that's what you told me.
The
And
one
you
that,
said you like Tyson the most, right?
yeah, because he's kind of around more our age. A lot of these characters are in their 20s because I feel like
Yeah.
Selena was probably in the same age range around this a little bit.
I would
Um,
make sense. That would make sense because I like older heroines now.
mhm.
Older.
But
Like I'm
like,
a golden girl.
well,
30s.
well, the other thing is
Mature.
the
Pretty geriatric, according to
the
our
the
gynecologist.
guy Tyson is older in the
Yes.
story, so that's another reason why I liked him because he's way more mature, and so there's a
Yes.
lot more, and so he's really good about talking and boundaries,
Yes.
and he's also the
There's
ringmaster
nothing sexier than a
uh,
man.
of the carnival, so he has a lot more
Except,
responsibilities.
yes.
So there's that too.
He's a man. He's in charge. He's got a lot of responsibility. He's got a lot on his shoulders.
Hmm. And and it relays well with his relationship with the female lead. And
Yeah.
I loved their dynamic. I loved how it was set up, and I loved everything about it. So that out of the series is probably my favorite. And then
Yeah.
my the other one would be there is where the female lead is more stalkerish, and and
Ooh.
yeah, she's because she's an investigative
Oh, that's right.
podcaster. No, this is a different one. This is part of the Carnival
Oh, that's
series.
right. This is the other one.
This is the
Not
Carnival.
that one. Yes.
No, this is the Carnival series still, and because there's a lot of guys in this
Yeah.
carnival. There's a lot of it's because it's a big carnival. There's a lot of dudes in this carnival, and each
There's a
one gets their
lot
share.
of dudes.
So,
There's a lot.
the
There's somebody
second
for
one,
everybody at this carnival.
there really is. The second one would be, yeah, I think it would be that one because I'm tied because
Yeah.
there's this another part. There's another book where there's two male leads and one girl. You would love that one.
Okay, I'm
This-
gonna read that one.
That one is there's some male on male action too. Oh my God.
Okay.
So this whole series is
Okay.
really good. I do want to do a little shout out for Selena's book
Yeah,
that's
this
been
is the
coming
one that
out.
you had told me about before.
Yeah, this is the one. It's a newer series. This one just came out, I think, actually this month in August. The next book is coming
Yeah.
out in September, and then October and November, and it's a whole
Yeah.
new series. But it's interconnected to the Carnival series,
That's
it
fun.
so it does help if you. I mean, it does help to an extent, but you can read this on your own, because they do bring the Carney boys in a couple of times in the story, but it's not like super important to the overall plot. So if you don't read
Yeah.
it, it's not the end of the world. Does it help? Yes, but this series is called The Blackwood Brothers, and the first book is called Haunted, and uh,
Sounds so good.
oh my God, it is so good. She wrote Carnival series to write this kind of series, the thicker books, the thick book. I will just say it's got it's got most dark romance girlies dreams in here. I will say, okay, I'll just do a little synopsis. It's the Blackwood brothers have their own illegal activity and they have multiple different businesses and all that. And one of the things that they do every year is they set up a hunt and they pick five ladies to participate in the hunt willingly. They have to be willingly and they have to sign like all these forms and whatnot, consent forms.
Yeah.
But basically, these guys go in and they hunt their girls. They pick out which one they want and they hunt them down. And it is so hot. Oh my God. It is
I want
so,
to read it so much.
so hot. And there's so many flavors of dark romance in this, and just this first book that I'm like, ha. And but it's also a good plot. Like there's a backstory for the
Yeah.
characters.
Sounded
There's
like
good
it.
there's good buildup of each of the characters. Even for the secondary characters, you're like, I want more of them. And one character actually is going to get her own series. Like it's coming out next year. So
Yeah.
this is this is like the second stage of the world of the Carnival series, and it's becoming into its own thing. So it's this
That's
intertwining
fun.
books, and it's really 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 good. I 5 stars, easy 5 star book right here because it hits on all the points that I love in a dark
Yeah.
romance. Chasing, con consensual. There's that. There's always checking in on the safe word. There's a variety of different things going on within this book on a spice level. I can't
Love
even.
that.
I'm not gonna try to say because there's a lot. There's a lot that goes on. And it's intense. There's some really good intense build up moments, and you're like, mm, it's just
I know. We're
it's
gonna have
not.
to add that to our list because that sounds super good.
Yeah, so I think this will be the next one to add onto the list. I have already posted our next list. We already have quite a bit of a list, so this will be
I
on the
know, I'm
bottom.
happy. Yeah.
But
It's good
I
when we have a list because there's stuff to look forward to and
mm-hmm, there
it
really
helps
is.
me get through my TBR.
Same, because
Yeah.
doing this book crawl, I have an insane amount of books that I'm like, oh, I'm
It's the
either
best.
I'm either gonna have to incorporate. I know I'm incorporating some of them into the podcast, but I probably will
Yeah.
also do a separate thing for my maybe my bookstagram. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, just because there is too many books. I don't
You
think.
do, yeah. There's so many books. We read the ones, we read everything that we love, and then we bring our favorite ones
Hmm.
to the
Well,
podcast.
that or we think that has a good world story building
Hmm.
that's either being talked
Or,
about
yeah,
currently
getting
or
hype
hasn't
that
been
we haven't
talked about
read.
yet or
Yeah.
hasn't had a chance to be talked about as
Yeah.
much. Like Selena is known, but I don't think she is well known that she deserves to be. I really think she
Yeah. I would
deserves
agree with that.
a
And I
bigger
would agree that
platform.
this, at least after the second book of the Carnival series, that deserves more hype
Hmm.
than it's gotten.
Hmm. And then now with the new book Haunted, and the new series
I'm
with
really
Black
excited to read that.
you if you start that, I don't know if you won't be able to stop because it's pretty
Okay.
intense. And then the other
So
part
wait,
of
wait for a long
wait until we
stretch
get
of
through
free time.
well, wait until we get through some of our list before you
Okay.
start that because then I'm like you're gonna want to like talk about it right away. Because
Okay.
yeah. But on that note, I would give the Carnival series overall because I've read it. Or should I not do that? I guess because that's
No,
not
you
fair to
can
you.
because you've
Okay.
done it.
Okay, well, overall, the Carnival series out of 5, I would give it a 4.8 because
Okay.
there is some books where I was like, I don't know about this character, I don't like this guy, but that doesn't mean anything because there's a good chunk of this of characters and different layers of
Yeah.
each of their books that it kind of overlaps that, but I don't want to give it a full 5 star because there is some things I don't think everybody would
Yeah.
want. But
Yeah.
overall series, 4.8, 4.8 for
I
sure.
we give the first two books together a 4.
The first two books together,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I gave it like a 4.2 and a 4.1 or something like that. It wasn't it
Yeah.
it's really good writing to get past that 4 mark because it is world building and there is more
Yeah.
depth as you get to the second one, but it gets better as it progresses.
The
Like
first one,
into
I think
the
I would give like a 3.75. It didn't quite make it to the four for me just because I didn't like the characters.
But that's
But the
fair.
second one was really good.
I think what kept me on the 4 part for me with the first book is the spice. It was very creative. And
Very
I had
creative, very spicy.
because I had
It was it was creative.
I don't think I've ever read a book actually. That's saying something. I don't think I've ever read a book that had sexy power tools. Like
I've
I
not, I haven't.
I don't think I have. I'm trying to think like I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. At least if I have, it might have been like a drill, not to
Yeah.
the extent that Cade went through.
There wasn't a
Did.
reciprocating saw.
Yeah, like that. Wow. Like wow.
That was very innovative. Yeah. We're gonna give her points for sex toy creativity.
Yes. I
Yeah,
just
for
complete
sure.
creativity on a whole other level. Like, wow. So I would say overall, the whole series, if you're going to read the whole series, I don't know if we're going to talk about each individual book in our podcast because it's a lot and we still
There's a
have a,
lot. Yeah.
and we have a lot of books. I'll
Yeah, lots
probably,
of books.
but if we decide to talk about them, we'll probably do it like this, two at a time
Yeah.
because they're shorter. They're not, each book is still fairly short. It's not very long. I would say the Haunted series is where she takes off in the big book realm because
Yeah.
she thick. That was a thick book. That was like 400 pages.
She's a thick girl.
Hmm.
I love it.
But yeah, I would say Carnival series, Selena Winters, overall 4.8 for the whole
Yeah, I
series.
like it.
So, and on that note, we'll stop here. Thank
Right
you
on.
everyone for
Thanks, guys.
listening. Bye.